Welcome back to Real TV, and I'm Stephen King, the real Stephen King. I'm in a whole nother place right now, not just physically, but mentally and spiritual also. I relocated from Chicago to California, because I just wanted to get away from all the crazy things that was happening in my life at the time. But one thing you can't get away from is self. And sometimes we can become our own worst enemies when we fail to deal with the deep emotions that rest in our hearts and our minds that can lead us to some very destructive patterns in life that has the potential to destroy our lives. And just being out here connecting with people, talking to people, hearing their stories, the trials and tribulations that they have overcame has really empowered me to make a lot of different significant changes in my life, to move forward with my life. And one thing about change, when you're trying to grow, there's going to be a lot of sacrifices that come with that. With me being a father of five children that I love dearly, that I think about often, that I worry about often, it has me in this place. Should I continue to grow here? Should I go back? That's the dilemma that I'm in right now. I met this guy named Ray that had a terrible drug addiction, and he had a real beautiful wife that eventually just got tired. He would disappear, go out on binges, involving himself in heavy drugs, come back home. She would clean him up, she would take care of him. He would build himself back up and then he would be gone again, in this continuous destructive cycle till one day he told me he came home and all of his things was outside. And being the man that Ray is, being strong, stubborn, and unwilling to get on begging knees. He just got what he needed and left. And that led him to 12 years of homelessness. He told me he was eating out of trash cans, washing up wherever he could wash up at. An unimaginable, horrible experience for the majority of human beings. Just to imagine that, you're talking about 12 years. But eventually he got himself cleaned up, and now he has a career in the healthcare industry. He's doing well for himself. But you could only imagine what Ray went through in those 12 years. I told you guys that my gift is poetry. Uh, Something I want to continue to explore. My gift is public speaking. My gift is uh, the ability to articulate my ideas and share with people. So with that being said, this poem was inspired by Ray. And know that whatever you're going through in life, you can overcome it. It might not be as drastic as a opiate addiction, a cocaine addiction, or alcoholism. It might be some emotional issues that you're dealing with, financial issues that you're dealing with. Know that you can overcome those things. But this poem is entitled the sun will rise again. Inspired by Ray. I woke up homeless on the streets. No bed, no sheets. Just me and some other bums. Laying on the cardboard. Our protection from the cold concrete. My eyes are bloodshot red and my teeth are yellow. And each and every day is a constant struggle. I eat out of trash cans because I want to survive. I eat out of trash cans because I want to survive. Let me stop lying. I eat out of trash cans because all the money I get, I use to get high. It gets harder each day to live when the only things you could think of is dying. My hopes of peace became my high. That's what led me to Skid Row, because I buried all my pain inside. My high became my high power. That's when my soul got devoured. My prayers went to Satan, and death became the only solution that I awaited. 12 years a slave to the drugs. I lied to myself, my mother, my wife, and all above. I hated being vulnerable. That's the reason I got high. How long will the pain live when it's buried deep inside? I have no inspiration or ideas. I spend my days and nights shedding tears. I often see the younger kids in me when life was dear, hit hard by addiction, so suicidal visions, I can no longer see clear. I can't remember when I OD'd, but I did. I woke up in the city of angels shedding tears, and that was 4.5 years ago. That's when the levee broke. And I could remember, I could begin to remember Bible scriptures I used to quote. That's when I got on my knees and began to pray. It didn't stop me from being homeless that day. It stopped me from getting high, which led to the success you see in me today. If you can't find a way how to pick up the day, the sun will shine again. Inspired by Ray. Whatever you're going through, know that there's a way out, that there's a solution to whatever you're going through. If you look deep enough inside of yourself and you connect with the Most High, the creator of the heavens and earth, that is something that you can touch that will solve all of your problems that exist in your world, if you believe. So with that being said, man, y'all like, share, and subscribe to Real TV. I'm going to talk to you guys later.